All right, let's get right to it. Ms. Torres, you are suing Mr. Parker for $5,000. That's the maximum in small claims court. What did he do to you?
Ma'am, he was my best friend. We were supposed to go into business together. I gave him $5,000 for our startup costs, and he took the money and never did anything with it.
That's not how it happened at all. She gave me the money as a gift to help me out when I was trying to get my own business off the ground.
Whoa, hold on. Ms. Torres, you say it was a business partnership. Mr. Parker says it was a gift. Which one of you is lying?
I'm not lying, ma'am. We had been talking about starting a mobile car detailing business for months. He had the skills, and I had some savings.
We talked about it, sure, but it was just dreaming. It was never a real thing. When my truck broke down, she offered to help me out. I didn't ask her for it.
All right, so let's pin this down. Ms. Torres, you gave him $5,000. How did you give it to him? Cash? Check? A bank transfer?
I sent it through Zelle, ma'am. I have the receipt right here in my phone. It was on March 15th of last year.
And on that Zelle transfer, what did you put in the memo? Because if you put business investment or loan, it would be very helpful for you.
I didn't put anything in the memo. I just sent it. We were friends. I trusted him.
You trusted him. So you gave him $5,000, which is a lot of money with nothing in writing. Mr. Parker, did you send her a thank you card for this generous gift?
No, ma'am, it wasn't like that. I thanked her. We're friends, but it was a gift.
So after you got this gift, what did you do with the $5,000?
I used it to fix my truck. The transmission went out, and I bought some detailing supplies.
You bought detailing supplies? The supplies for the business you weren't starting? Because it was just a gift?
I was going to try to do some jobs on my own. I was just in a tight spot.
Ms. Torres, did you ever see any of this equipment? Did you see a new truck? Did you see any profits from this business you supposedly started together?
No, ma'am. I saw a new set of rims on his truck. He bought rims, and he was posting pictures on Instagram from a club the week after I sent him the money.
He bought rims? Rims for the truck you just fixed? Mr. Parker, you're fixing the transmission, but you have enough money to put new rims on it?
The rims were a gift from my cousin. They weren't from that money. The detailing supplies were the main thing. I have a receipt for the supplies.
Let's see that receipt. How much were the supplies?
It was about $800. I still have the polisher and the vacuum.
So out of a $5,000 gift, you spent $800 on supplies and the rest on what? Transmission and rims from your cousin. All right, let's talk about the timing. Ms. Torres, when did you first ask for the money back?
About 3 months later, ma'am, in June, I had a family emergency and I needed the money. I texted him and asked if we could just put the business on hold and if he could return it.
Mr. Parker, what did you say when your friend who just gave you $5,000 asked for it back because of a family emergency?
I told her I didn't have it. The money was already spent on the truck and the supplies. I told her I would pay her back when I could, but it wasn't a loan.
So you told her you'd pay her back, but it wasn't a loan. How does that work? You just said, I'll give you a gift back later?
I meant I would help her out. I was trying to be nice. I didn't want to just say no.
Ms. Torres, I'm going to see your text messages. Do you have them?
Yes, ma'am. I printed them out. Here's the conversation from June 10th.
Let me see that. All right. Ms. Torres writes, hey, my mom's water heater broke. I really need that $5K back. I can't do the business thing right now. And Mr. Parker replies, I feel you. I'm tapped out RN. The money is gone. I'll get you right when I can. Then she says, gone? Marcus, that was for us. I need it. He says, it's not that serious. I got you. Stop stressing.
See, I said I'd get her right. That's just how I talk.
Then she says, when? I need a date. And you say, why you bugging? I said I got you. Then she says, I'm bugging because you spent my money. Give me a date. And you stop responding. Is that accurate?
I mean, I was at work. I was going to respond later.
You never responded. The next text is from Ms. Torres a week later, and then you don't answer for 2 months. So this was a gift, but when she asked for it back due to an emergency, you promised to get her right, which is an acknowledgement of a debt. That's what that is.
I was just trying to calm her down. It wasn't an acknowledgement of a debt. It was a gift.
All right, let's get into this business. Ms. Torres, what was your role going to be in this mobile detailing business?
I was going to handle the marketing, the scheduling, the books. Marcus was going to do the detailing. He's really good at it. We were going to be partners.
Did you have a business plan? Did you have a lease? Did you register a DBA? Did you do anything that said we are in business together?
We talked about it. We were going to do it. He had a list of clients he used to work for, and I made a website.
You made a website. Mr. Parker, did you know about this website?
She showed me a mock-up, but it was never live. We never launched anything.
So she spent time and effort on this, and you just took her money and bought RIMS from your cousin. I have a feeling we're going to hear more about these RIMS. Do you have proof they were a gift?
My cousin can vouch for me. I brought him here today to testify.
You brought a witness? All right, I'll hear from him. But let me tell you something. If he's your cousin, I'm going to expect him to be truthful, not just say whatever you told him to say. What's his name?
Kevin Davis.
All right, Mr. Davis, come on up here. Step up to the microphone.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Davis, you are the cousin of the defendant, Marcus Parker?
Yes, ma'am. We're cousins.
And he tells me you gave him a set of rims for his truck around the time he got this money from Ms. Torres.
That's correct, Mom. I have them sitting in my garage. I turbid my own truck, and the whole house was a mess. Well, I have to explain, Your Honor, that the garage I converted to a wine cellar because I make my own wine. And then I found the sofa from the living room moved into the wine cellar. I also have pictures to show that, and I can show you how my whole house was trashed. Barrels, the wine barrels, and the sofa in front. No, it was, they were just taking up space.
So it was a gift from you. You didn't charge him anything for these rims?
No, Mom, free. It just about midnight because the bedroom and except my wine cellar because I make my own wine. And then I found the sofa from the living room moved into the wine cellar. I also have pictures to show that, and I can show you how my whole house was trashed. Barrels, the wine cellar, because I make my own wine. And then I found the sofa from the living room moved into the wine cellar. I also have pictures to show that, and I can show you how my whole house was trashed.
So he spent $150 of someone else's $5,000 to put your free rims on his truck. Mr. Parker, when Ms. Torres asked you what happened to her money, did you tell her that you had spent $150 to put free rims on your truck?
I didn't go into specifics, ma'am. I told her I fixed my truck.
You fixed your truck? Let's see the receipt for that transmission.
I don't have a receipt. It was a guy I know who works on cars out of his garage. I paid him cash.
You paid a guy cash, no receipt for a transmission repair. How much?
$2,300.
$2,300 plus $800 for supplies plus $150 for mounting rims. That's $3,250. Where's the rest of the $5,000?
I had some other bills. I was behind on my phone bill and my insurance.
So you paid your personal bills with her money? Mr. Davis, you can step back. I'm done with you. Ms. Torres, did you know that your money was going to pay for his car insurance?
No, ma'am. I thought it was for our business. That's what we talked about.
Mr. Parker, you sat there and told me it was a gift. Then you told her in a text you'd get her right. Now I find out you took her $5,000, spent $3,200 on a transmission, supplies, and rims, and used the rest to pay your personal bills. Do you have a job?
I do now. I work at a tire shop. At the time, I was between jobs.
So you were between jobs, you had a friend who trusted you with her savings, and you took it. That's what this is. It wasn't a gift. It wasn't a business. You needed money, and she gave it to you based on a lie.
It wasn't a lie. We were going to do the business. I just got sidetracked.
Sidetracked? With her money. You spent it on your own life. Mr. Parker, I'm going to ask you one more time. What did you do with the $5,000 that Amanda Torres gave you on March 15th?
I fixed my truck so I could get to work. I bought some detailing supplies to do jobs, and I paid my bills so I wouldn't get evicted.
So you used it for your own survival, and the business, the partnership, that was just a story to get the money.
It wasn't a story. I was going to make it up to her. I just needed a little help.
How were you going to make it up to her? You had no job, you had no money, you had her $5,000, and you spent it all.
I was going to detail her car for free. I was going to help her out when I got on my feet.
Detail her car for $5,000? You could buy a used car for $5,000. Ms. Torres, when did you realize he wasn't going to pay you back?
When I saw him at the club on Instagram. That was about 2 weeks after I sent the money. He was in a VIP section. I texted him, "Is that my money?" And he said, "No. My cousin Kevin got the table."
Mr. Davis, did you get a VIP table at a club in March of last year?
I came home on October 31st. Mike 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 came home on October 31st. I covered the whole thing.
So he's using your money for VIP tables he didn't even pay for. He's just there, spending no money, living off other people. That's a real entrepreneur. All right, Ms. Torres, let's get to the heart of it. Did you ever sign a partnership agreement? Did you ever have anything in writing that said this was a business investment?
No, ma'am. We were best friends since high school. I didn't think I needed it.
Well, you did need it because here we are. Mr. Parker, I'm looking at you. You took money from a friend under false pretenses. You said it was for a business and you spent it on your own personal expenses. That's called fraud. Even if it wasn't fraud, it's an unjust enrichment. You have her money. You didn't do what you said you were going to do with it. You owe it back.
But ma'am, I didn't have a job then. I was trying to get one. I was going to pay her.
You said that in the text message, and that was months ago. Have you paid her a single dollar since then?
Not yet. I've been trying to save up.
How much have you saved? You have a job now at a tire shop. How much have you saved to pay her back?
I have about $400.
$400 in over a year? You owe her $5,000 and you saved $400? That's not trying. Ms. Torres, do you have anything else you want to say before I make my decision?
I just want my money back, ma'am. I lost a friend in my savings. I feel really stupid.
Don't feel stupid. You were trying to help a friend. The stupid one is the person who takes advantage of that friendship. Mr. Parker, stand up. I'm going to tell you something. You came in here and told me it was a gift, but your own text messages say you'd get her right. Your own witness says you didn't pay for the RIMS or the club. You spent her money on your transmission, your bills, and your life. There is no evidence of a business. There is no evidence of a partnership. There is only evidence of you taking $5,000 from Amanda Torres and spending it on yourself.
I'm sorry, I'll pay her back.
Sorry isn't a payment. I'm awarding Ms. Torres the full $5,000. This wasn't a gift. This was a loan based on a false promise. You took her money, you spent it, and you have no right to keep it. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's it. Get out of my courtroom.